Previously on Elements Asunder, the party, after some moral debates, decide to do a small split, wherein Galthuk and Forte would look in the library for potential non-murdery ways to help out their new friend and Forte's old friend, uh, Alex. Well, the rest of the party, well, at first, only JJ and Affy decided to go to the hospital to, quote unquote, check things out. And certainly nothing else. That being said, Forte, likely not trusting them, asked Vesrin to accompany them, forgetting that Vesrin is the chaotic neutral of the group, the middle ground as far as law and chaos. After some very lucky sneaking about, they were only discovered by one nurse who apparently had their own grudge against the half elf that had wronged Alex. They also apparently came in too late, as this nurse had already murdered Nora. That being said, the party decided there was nothing more to do and asked if the nurse would be willing to speak with them a little bit more at one of the inns the following morning. After agreeing, JJ simply walked out the door, and after a discussion, Affy decided to leave out the window, causing a commotion and letting Vesrin leave easily. After some good convincing, Affy wasn't immediately arrested. As for the consequences of jumping out of second-story window of a hospital from the room of somebody who just died, those will be yet to be seen.
Not just died.
As
They have expired like milk.
as JJ, Vesrin, and Affy arrive back at the guest house on Forte's land, they see Forte and Galthuk already sitting there, having unsuccessfully found anything at the library that would help in their current situation.
Wait,
all
is that
have the
now?
report. Yeah. Right now, you
How
guys
did-
just got back to the place.
Well,
Am I
coming back in.
currently looking in the books, or am I kind of looking up still, or am I looking at them? Like, where am I?
You took out. There was one of the law. You took out a number of books. I would say about 10. And I mean, as to if you're still looking through that last one or not is up to you. But you guys weren't able to really find anything. A majority of the information you found states that even before the previous and mysterious death of the Emperor and Empress, there was never really a good era among tieflings, and there's a reason why they're pretty much never actually seen in Obstagrad. The very idea that one would be hiding within the ranks of the military would probably cause some chaos for anyone connected to them, as well as also lead to their immediate imprisonment and likely execution.
Right.
Almost definite execution.
So with that kind of knowledge, you see that like my face right now is not long, but like stale, as in, oh, dude, did you see what? Look at this. And then I kind of point to Forte, and then I look up and I see everybody coming in. I go, oh, this is bad news, everybody.
Immediately as they enter, a smell wafts in from Affy, who is currently covered in blood, piss, shit, and wood splinters.
It'd be like that.
I have no idea what happened to them. So I'm just going up to I look at Affy, I look at Leroy. Vestrin. I asked Vestrin for a status report.
Vesserin is he has a bit of a smile. He's also still kind of helping Affy, like
This
looking
will
over
sound
him.
like a very weird question, but does Affy have a syringe needle anywhere in his body?
So are we
No,
currently in the capital or in like my state?
you're in your estate, which is
Okay.
technically within the
Well,
considered
I'm
within
at like the
capital.
castle. I'm at the castle.
Yeah, no, you're at your estate.
Okay.
Okay.
And no, there are currently no needles in her. She simply fell into boxes containing soiled blankets, essentially.
Yeah.
The medical waste goes elsewhere.
So
Vesserin
we
is gonna look at him and go. Apparently, our issue solved itself. Her wounds were too severe, and she succumbed to.
Indeed.
It's, what? I, who did it?
No one. There were the injuries that she came in with, according to the medical staff.
Can I insight?
You
I have
can.
advantage. I have advantage on these. 24.
Vesrin, make a deception check.
Well, here's what happened, right? Wait.
It is, but you are not telling the whole story.
Yeah, you're only telling part of it.
Wasn't purposely leaving anything out. I mean,
Okay, well, you could tell that he seems to be telling the truth, though you could see on Affy and JJ's face that there's something that wasn't mentioned, possibly by accident.
I look over to Affy, and I look at Affy. I'm like, what else happened?
I
You
flung
know,
myself out the window again
why did you fling yourself out the window?
in case if guards went in there and decided to pin the dead body on us, now you have a fall guy.
Oh, why is there a dead body? Why would they, if they die of natural causes, why would they try to pin it on you?
I don't fucking know. It looked like she got stabbed.
I look over at Vesserin.
it looked like she was stabbed repeatedly before she got there. Yeah.
Yes. With extreme anger.
I wonder who else would be going after our target.
I'm not necessarily sure that it was freshly done, but that possibility is there.
Yeah.
Who else would want to go after this person? What did this person
Well,
do?
we did meet a very peculiar nurse who seemed to have a grudge against it.
Think the nurse did it?
I don't know, honestly.
I'd be interested in meeting this nurse. If she was
Well,
killing members of the military, no matter how
we
scummy they
invited
are,
her
I
to
need
drinks.
Oh yeah, no, dude, you're going on a date with her later in the
Already
afternoon.
cut out.
Oh yes.
What?
It's okay. We planned it all
We're getting
out.
you laid.
You set me
Yes.
up. You invited me to a date with a military assassin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you,
We
you gotta
kind
keep
of
your
like
enemies close.
we've all kind of considered it, like both
Nothing
like
closer than the
separately and
bedroom.
together. And we figured that what you really need to like be less uptight is just like really like
Western's going to
bang
walk over
someone.
and whisper, I got cuddles. It was great.
Cuddles?
Listen, dude.
I'm going to do a cat
Oh,
paw motion.
yeah,
And
we
go,
forgot to mention she has big boobs. That's very
Listen,
important.
dude. I'm doing you a bro solid right now. Just humor me. I know what your type is. Just go for it.
This would be an excellent way to ascertain the motive of this assailant, and whether or not I should bring it up. If not, it could be a very powerful asset.
You said it, not me, buddy.
I need to ponder. I need to ponder how to best approach the situation, but
Just ponder your outfit for tonight because you got like, I don't know, 3 hours before we're going on the date for you.
Yeah.
I have to know though. The target is neutralized, correct?
Correct.
And it wasn't any of you three.
Forte, I
No.
wouldn't be here if that were the case.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get to kill her. It was very disappointing.
I should
Okay.
mention a large piece of importance.
Hmm?
The guards did find Affy after she jumped out, or he had jumped out the window, and
Yeah,
he
Affy is
identified?
we
compromised
talked
at the
him out
moment.
of that.
Was he identified?
So I don't believe so.
They know
But
his face
just
though.
on the just on the off chance, maybe we don't send him out on any sketchy mission.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, no,
there was
Affy had a long
actually.
conversation with security
But-
guards.
There's still something I don't understand.
Hmm?
Why did Affy feel the need to jump out the window and fear of
Oh.
guards?
Yes. Well, there
Forte?
was that, and then also, so our whole party is here, correct?
Mhm.
All
Right.
5 of us are here.
Yep.
Lovely. Lovely. DJ, could you please put on a tender and emotionally charged farewell piece?
Affy?
Thank you, sir.
Um,
Okay, everyone, please gather. I will tell you part of my reasoning why. I have given my reason why, but I will now clarify a bit more why I have decided to use myself as a potential fallback for any suspicious pinnings on us. I'm just waiting for the background sound music to go. That will sadly not play in stream because copyright.
Was that you saying that, or was that Affy saying that?
This
he
is
just breaks the
this
fourth
is
wall.
me, the
Because
person that plays
copyright.
the Affy, breaking the fourth wall temporarily.
Yeah, I still prefer the Ezio moment where it's like we suddenly see into the
Okay,
Matrix.
please go. Please continue.
Yes, forgive me. All right, are you all seated, everyone?
Are there seats?
Did you say ask us to sit down?
I mean, I don't know, I guess. Okay, so anyway, basically the reason, like another reason why I did so is because on our way back to the capital, I had kind of thought a little bit. And in general, I am like a very big like free spirit and stuff. Like I don't really stick around with places too long. And for a little bit I thought that I might want to stick around with the group for a really long time, like really stay here. But ultimately I just kind of feel like it's not necessarily like where I stay as a person. I have completed my mission. I have gotten my money. I am quite happy for that. I am very grateful to have met all of you. But at the same time, I do feel like I am ultimately called for further travels. And I suppose this is me kind of awkwardly telling everyone that I am saying goodbye. Maybe not forever, but it is me saying goodbye and stepping down from our party. And if there's any point really that anyone accidentally breaks a law or something, it's like, oh, who could have done this? You can point fingers at me because I can just vanish and use an alias. I mean, I've been using an alias the whole time. I feel like I should come clean about that too. Shall I come clean about that?
Everyone tell us, pal.
All right. So, and the other thing I guess was about, I kind of mentioned a little bit this dream that I had a couple nights ago. It was very unsettling. Basically, it was just like the Pope was like torturing this guy, like an oath breaker or a deal breaker or something like that, like torturing him. And the guy who was torturing looked like he was. It looked he was looking directly at me. But the thing with the Pope, and it was the Pope, he was talking a different accent than what he has now. And then he also turned to look at me. And he mentioned to me something that only I know. And no one else really has said or noticed or even seemed to figure out. Something really personal. Which is why I think you should be really careful around the Pope. Because he turned to me and he mentioned my stolen rapier, which I have not mentioned to anyone.
And this was in your dream, or was this?
This was in the dream. It wasn't in person. That's why I was so spooked around him. And also another reason why I am planning on leaving, because that gave me the heebie-jeebies, which is a little too much for me to deal with. But yeah, basically he looked at me. It was just like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" Basically, like, stick me with that stolen store reviews, and I was just like, "How did you
So
figure it
what
out?"
you're saying is you're freaking out over a dream.
It felt it felt almost too vivid to be a dream. It was very unsettling. I know you guys mentioned you also had very unsettling dreams that same night.
Was this the
I
same
showed
night in which we had
gouging
the
his nose
rabbit?
Hmm?
and was like, no, not really.
It was the same night that we all got back here, and I think you and you
Yeah,
invested both
this was
had
the
the
night we all had the
nightmares.
rabbit, right?
Yeah.
I suppose I should come clean and say to the party that I kind of spiked that rabbit just a little bit.
Leroy, you could have killed us.
Not spiked with poison, spiked with alcohol.
Oh. No, this wasn't like a drunk dream, because I've had those before. It felt very uncomfortably vivid. Like, it didn't feel like I was dreaming. I felt like I was awake, fully awake, and there in person, dealing with him.
I mean, listen, bud,
And
I've had those same type of drunk dreams before. We all think they're vivid, but they never really are.
look, just in case, it's just like, this is probably going to be my last night here. I've been playing this for a while, but I just think for everyone's sake and for my personal well-being, can you all just like be very wary around the Pope? And if he says anything, take it with a huge grain of salt. Can you all promise me that?
Make a
Maybe?
Easy. I
persuasion
like
check.
him. Like him.
Me, man? Really? I am not bullshittering everyone, though. Hang
Make a
on.
persuasion check.
Yeah, I'm doing the fucking persuasion check. Uh, damn it.
It's up to all of you how persuasive you think he was.
Bro, I'm telling the fucking truth.
I mean, you just told an elephant man to not trust religion, so,
15 on insight.
I beat you. Paper beats rock.
You did.
So you believe me.
I have
What
no
do I-
reason not to
What do I
believe
do
her.
to cast out on the
Or
drunk
him.
dream, though?
That's entirely up to Ed.
Hmm?
That's entirely up to Ed whether how much Forte believes him.
Why? I beat him. Paper beats rock.
Insight is me trying to tell whether or not you were lying or not.
Yeah, like I said, paper beats rock.
No, I can't tell.
Doc, what do I check to check the validity of that drunk dream, though?
You can't.
You can do insight to see if you believe it.
You
or
can
not.
do insight to see if you think she's lying, but that doesn't. You can't check the validity of a dream.
No,
Basically,
I mean to say, like, I guess my casting doubt.
That would be insight to see if you can tell whether she's telling the truth or not.
Mm. Yeah, okay.
I ask Affy to recall the dream and where it was set.
Where was it? It was just like, it was inside like some building place. It was very dark. It's like a lot of the details did kind of like fade away when I woke up. I just remember it so vividly. How just like his accent was different, his demeanor was changed, but it was very much the same person. And he addressed me personally, not like, oh,
When
sleeping. Yes.
when you woke up, were you
Mhm.
chewing on your pillow?
No.
In this dream of yours, was
Mhm.
there anything that stood out in particular? Anything in the background or anything in the environment? Did it look like
Um,
somewhere?
uh, I'm trying to think. And also, it's like the memory, like it is like a very foggy dream. The, like it was kind of like the Pope was just like there and stuff, and like this guy in chains did like address me personally and stuff. And waterfall. There's a waterfall. Now I am remembering. Man, I'm shit at remembering dreams, but there was a waterfall somewhere.
Waterfall inside?
I believe that was the question.
Was there a waterfall inside it?
Uh, yes.
DM, would I know of any locations inside the capital that have a waterfall inside of them?
You
Like
would
maybe a giant
not.
fountain, maybe like a big fountain.
I am
There is
telling
a
the truth,
large
by the way.
fountain in the square of the capital.
Would he not have had done like
There wouldn't be like
castle
any.
before though?
Yeah, like I would have known like what's inside the castle or anything like that.
There are no waterfalls in the castle. The closest thing would be the garden, which has a fountain as well.
The chained one. I look over at Galthuk. Didn't you mention to me that there was a chained Sephora?
The
Sephora.
I recall, hmm, that one doesn't ring a bell. I've come across many of in my readings things to watch out for.
Make an intelligence check or history.
You rolled a 19.
I know. I see.
Okay.
Right? Did you get my message?
Yeah, brother. Do remember, I remember my studies mentioning every Sephimus is imprisoned in a different plane. The specificity of the imprisonment was, don't recall coming across that.
What about that sword of yours? What does that have to do with all this? Why do you feel so guilty about having that sword?
Uh, it's not necessarily related. The long story short. So, I'm not the oldest in my family. I'm the third oldest. My sister was the eldest. And this is a family heirloom that's given to the eldest child. However, she doesn't do sword work or any melee or whatever. She practices magic. And only that. And when I left home, a big thing that's been gnawing at me and a big reason why I cannot go home is because I took the sword from her in her sleep. And it is a very guilty part of my past and one that I had been trying very hard to bury. And it is very concerning that in my sleep, this just comes out as though it's just been like, oh, and we've always known this one very specific part of your history. Because if they know this specific part of my history, how do I not know? How would I know whether or not they know the same for you? That was my kind of concern.
It sounds to me like your mind's playing tricks on you.
Maybe, maybe not, but I think there's something very wrong with the Pope, and I think you should very much watch your back because I think that the longer everyone stays here, the less safe we all are.
Listen, we'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
I think we all have our reservations about that guy. But listen, pal, stay safe on your travels.
Thank you. I will probably try to. I know we're very far away from like the coast and like the pier and stuff, but if I can, there was a pirate ship that I was part of a while ago that I would like to reunite with if I can.
Well, best of luck. Stay safe, pal. Don't die.
Thank you.
Try to jump out of less windows.
No promises. Oh, also, one final question to everybody slash request. If you bump into anyone, specifically half elf, wood half elf, but it doesn't really need, like, it doesn't really matter. But if you do bump into anyone that asks specifically about an aspen green, wait, shit. That if you look specifically for someone named Aspen Gray Bramble, um, you have
We'll
never
be sure to kill him for you. Don't worry.
You have
I got the
never
message.
you've never met them. You do not know who this
We'll
Aspen
kill him.
person
Person
is.
named Aspen. Got it.
Yes. And maybe do not refer to the name Affy in front of them, even if the two seem to be very similar slash cross a lot.
We'll kill a person named Aspen. Got it.
No. If anyone asks if you have seen or met this person named Aspen, no, you have not.
So
I
Affy was
mean,
an alias.
Hmm?
So Affy was an alias. I got you,
Yeah,
pal.
why'd you think I didn't have a last name? Do you think I forgot it or something?
I'm still convinced that we need to kill a person named Aspen.
No. My birth name is Aspen Gray Bramble, dipshit.
Do you say that in game or in character?
My character, in a very fed up tone, says that to a very confuddled looking JJ.
Well, you need anything on your for your travels? Any food?
Uh, nah. I got my cash. I have my cash. I have my weapons. I have my warm skins. And I suppose I will just go on my way back to the piers and stuff. And hopefully I will be able to reunite with the pirate crew. It has been quite a while, and I would like to see them again.
Well, best of luck on your travels.
Thank you. And best
One
of luck
moment.
with figuring out whatever the fuck's going on in this godforsaken country.
We'll see you again in a couple of days, sir.
Probably not in a couple days. I will leave. But
We'll see you again in a couple of days, sir.
no. But maybe one day our paths will cross.
Alright, well,
It is at this point I start playing my bagpipes.
Thank you.
it was good fighting with you, Affy.
Thank you.
And with that, I suppose, Affy, are you leaving now?
Yes. And with that, I take my leave. And I kind of saunter out. I'm not going to change the character just yet because, yeah. But I have
Okay.
taken my leave. Farewell.
Affy has left. Affy has left the party. And with night drawing close, the rest of you, I suppose, have a date to prepare for Forte in the morning.
I'd like to check up on Alex.
She is still sleeping currently.
Uh, okay. No new wounds or anything like that?
It does not appear so. She seems to almost be sleeping nicely at this point.
Okay. I exit the room.
Asurin's leaning on the wall outside of it. Any change?
Still sleeping, pal.
Hmm.
As I like kneel down next to the wall. I think I might take a nap around here.
Well, you got a couple hours before your date tonight, so gotta look pretty.
All right. The interrogation.
It's an interrogation of someone, I guess.
I hate doing this kind of stuff. Oh well. I guess I'll go get dressed then.
Make sure to wear a fancy tie.
Mm-hmm. Will do, pal. As I go take a shower and get dressed instead.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do tonight before everyone goes to sleep?
Wait, I thought there's a meeting tonight.
In the morning.
Oh,
No, in the night.
I could have sworn you said in the morning, but
No, it was
Why
the
would
evening.
someone go to a
That was
bar in
the
the
evening.
morning?
Yeah.
It was
I
at
don't
9
know.
p.m.
Okay, then never mind. I am remembering incorrectly.
It's all right. It happens.
Okay, so did you guys specify which bar you're all meeting?
9
The
p.m.
bar in the
at the
corner,
bar
9
bar.
p.m.
Okay.
Bar in the corner by the park, rather.
Is there anything you all would like to do to prep for your mission?
To my understanding, the only person going would be Forte.
Okay. So, if no one is going with Forte,
Going? What are you talking about?
arrives about 8:30 at night.
wait, I didn't leave yet. I want to assign someone to watch over Alex.
No, I know.
I'll
I'm
take
saying
that
it arrived
responsibility.
about 8:30 at night,
Okay.
and you are ready to go, knowing it'll take you just about a half an hour to reach the bar.
Is anyone coming with me?
I can use a
Okay.
drink if you don't mind.
I don't see any problems with that, pal.
I shall
Um,
gladly take watch of your friend. I feel I owe her that much.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, pal. Thanks.
Hey, Veteran, you should probably go along, as that way there's at least one person who actually knows what this woman looks like.
That's what I was thinking. Shall we?
Let's go.
All right. You just see me grab my stuff and kind of hitch on my pants a little bit and start walking out.
Okay. Forte, would you like to describe how you are dressed?
Um, I guess I have I'm wearing a button-down shirt that's barely able to the buttons are barely able to stay clasped, and a tie over it. Um, wearing black slacks with a belt around, black dress shoes, and yeah, basically it just looks like my shirt's about to pop open, and I'm just carrying a jacket with me in case it's chilly, which it always is.
Okay.
I am not in my heavy armor. I guess I should specify that.
And Galvik and Vestrin, what do you all have?
I will unequip my heavy armor to reflect that.
I don't go anywhere without my armor. I'm gonna keep that on, but it's nice and shiny right now. I've detailed it a little bit.
I have the wrapped staff on my back as well as the the normal one that I carry. My bag. That's basically it. As well as my scimitar that's always on my side.
Okay.
Oh, I should mention I give everyone back their identifications. I keep Affy's.
So, as you guys go and head towards the tavern, nothing of note really occurs.
I'd like to ask Vesserin stuff while we're traveling.
I'm all ears, my friend.
So what does this person look like exactly?
She is, well, quite attractive in many ways, as he recalls his cat experience. God, I can't remember any like specific details, like IRL. Well,
And you said that you said that the target. Affy mentioned that the target was taken down via stab.
I mean,
there were multiple different wounds.
I also mentioned to you that the person you're meeting has large boobs, so keep that in mind as
Yes.
well. That's very important.
Forte has
also-
a lot of wisdom, so he's very good at keeping it in his pants.
Okay, I guess. Weird flex, but okay.
I
There
could
were
arrange that.
many different wounds on this person. It seems your friend did quite the number on them.
And yet Affy
Burns,
decided to jump out
gashes,
the window.
stabs. I should mention that I might have had a hand.
Why would the situation arise if you need to jump out the window? Unless you were being
Well,
pursued. Or afraid of being pursued. There's something you're not
well,
telling me. I don't know why. But
when I was incognito in my cat form, the most inconvenient thing happened. I was not able to maintain my form as I was. The bird that I transformed into occupied too much of my time as an animal for the day. So I had to improvise.
Hmm.
I ended up getting spotted by this nurse that we're meeting now. But I didn't feel that it was a good idea to waltz downstairs in front of these guards that never saw me check in and try to exit the building. So my plan was to carefully scale down the side of an open window that had came in as a cat. But I wasn't sure if Affy had similar reserves to leaving the building as I did. So I asked if he wanted to join me, and he went first. Fortunately, his fall bought me enough time to slip past the guards completely undetected out of the building without going down the window. It was very, well, convenient.
I have many questions. I look over at Galthuk and I just ask him, what do I think of the nurse's role is in all of this? She's obviously able to identify that our three went to check out the target. I wonder if this nurse already knew
I
patient
took a
was dead.
measure of her character and the way she used her words. She most certainly was hiding something. But what it is, I haven't come to that conclusion yet.
I guess
I
that's
guess-
what tonight is for.
I guess I would need to know, what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking about this person? Do you think, are we looking for something that, We're looking for somebody to trust? Are we looking what exactly do you think we're looking for out of the words that veterans provided us today?
I need to ascertain whether or not this person had a personal relationship with Nora, or whether or not this person is assassinating members of the military or adventurers who are assigned to the military. There are many political angles this could take.
Well, it'd
As
be
you could
difficult.
imagine, as you could imagine, you adventurers are not particularly liked by the common masses.
Well, that is fair, and I do see your point. I would have to belay my thoughts until we meet this person because if uh if it's something that we're missing based off of maybe some piece of information veterans missing, we may want to look at the details a little bit more closer.
I agree. This needs This needs more of an investigation.
I believe we should be able to find our answers. I think we just need to talk to this person.
I should mention as well, for as much as I could tell that they were hiding something, they also had sincerity in their recent moments. Key moments, I would say.
Which portions would you say? I mean, was it what was being discussed at the time that you felt that they had these sense of sentimental
Well,
responses?
when the topic of what was going to our place in this hospital arised, she seemed to be a little more understanding, and for one, she didn't turn us in. That in itself speaks miles.
Well, it could be one of two things. I mean, that could either mean that she cared about the situation you were in, or she had a stake in the game as well.
Exactly. Which is why I think it
I
is
see.
paramount to meet with them.
Yeah, Forte. I think we should meet this person. I think getting a better understanding from them directly might be our best bet.
I agree. Still, though, it would be best to stay alert for any trouble.
100%.
Agreed.
At this
I-
point, you guys arrive outside the bar.
So this is the place, pals?
Indeed. I will be the first to step in and take a look around.
As you walk in, you see what looks to be an average looking bar. Entirely made out of wood. There appears to be stairs leading up to the second and third floors where rooms would be. It's not ridiculously busy, but there's a decent 10, 15 different individuals, all human looking, around, with maybe one or two that look slightly out of place, less human, including a recognizable figure off in the corner sipping a. Well, that's actually a good question. Leva, what would you be drinking right now?
I suppose I would be drinking a wine. I would have ordered a glass of wine for now, just to sip on, just to relax after a pretty intense day. After trying to cover up those shenanigans and writing the reports, probably
I
had
will
several people question me about certain things about that situation.
I will look at the tube behind me and say, the one in the far back there, the one sipping a glass of wine.
That one over there?
Mhm.
All right. I'll let the introductions commence. I assume I
Sorry.
walk in. I'm assuming inside, right?
Yep,
What all do I see?
you see the same thing I described.
What do I smell?
Alcohol and a small bit of vomit.
All right, so they don't clean this place as well as so it is middle class. This is my spot. I go and I kind of walk towards the barkeep and I want to grab myself a drink.
What are you looking for, mate?
Just looking for some ale. Do you have any good ale?
It's all good ale.
Is it now? I get promised this every time, but nothing tastes like home. Do you have any sweet dwarven dragon's blood?
Can't say we have something that rare, but we have some decent ales. I suppose one of your kind would seek something a little bit more.
Well, I'll take it. I'll try it out and see if I favor it.
2 copper.
I'll
Husband's
pull
going
it out.
to walk over to Leva and take a seat. Well, hello.
Ah, you are. I guess it is about time. Yeah, you guys, you are on time. I was wondering if you would come in earlier or not, so I was waiting a bit, but it's fine.
Apologies, we had other matters to attend to.
Of course, no worries. How is that? How is that? How is that one doing? The other one doing? The one that jumped out the window.
Vesrin gives a laugh. Medically fine, but he has taken a leave of absence of sorts,
Oh,
off to bigger and better adventures, I suppose.
he leave of absence, but oh, okay. All right. So you are serious about the no medical issues, yes? Like no
Yes,
broken arms, no nothing. Okay, thank God. Whew. I was worried about. Although you two did give me quite a bit of work. Well, glad no one's injured after that fiasco.
apologies. Apologies.
No, it's okay. It was a bit entertaining. Not going to lie.
Well,
You don't get that many people jumping out windows.
well, a little bit of excitement here and there keeps you alive, I think.
So you mentioned several friends coming. Are they
Yes,
here?
I'd like to
yeah, they
walk
are.
up. I'd like to walk up and basically I say good evening.
Oh wow, you are a very muscular fellow. Yes, hello there. What is your name?
You may call me Forte.
Forte. I see.
And
Huh.
how may I address you?
Well, my name is Leva. Leva Hunden. I assume your friend here told you about our encounter.
To an extent, yes.
Well, take a seat. Take a seat. Did you get a drink at least?
Let me
Probably a
fix
good
that
time.
real quick.
He's a good person
Hey,
here.
barkeep.
He looks
Actually,
over.
do I know the name of this barkeep?
You would, yeah. It's Tackham Redbeard.
Hey, attack him.
Forte, what brings you here tonight?
You know, had a successful mission. Gotta bring some of the boys and have a good time, you know, pal. As I wink. Get us some of your finer ale.
Sure. You want the real good stuff or the real hard-hitting stuff?
This is a good day.
It's the
Give me the
real
good stuff.
hard-hitting stuff.
Nah, I'm afraid I still got some work to do tonight. Just some nice stuff.
Well, your friend there's got wine. Can always give you that.
If you care
Hmm.
to join me.
Sure, we'll buy a bottle for the table.
Oh,
Wonderful. Um,
Bottle
Vesrin's
of
gonna look at
wine.
Leva.
Mhm.
I'm Vesrin, by the way. I don't believe I ever exchanged names.
none of us really have. There was a
It
lot of
was a
questions.
chaotic moment, to say the least.
yeah. Yeah.
How much
I'd
I owe
say
for the
about
wine?
2 gold.
2 gold.
As he brings in a bottle of decent red wine.
I would like to give 3 gold and ask for 5 silver in return.
He after a little bit, he hands you back the 5 silver.
All right, thanks, pal. You always got the best stuff.
Tell that to your dwarven friend over there.
He's a tricky one to please. He's been drinking piss for the past week.
You being literal or figurative?
Ugh.
Both.
I wish I was being figurative, pal. I wish.
That doesn't sound very healthy. What have you
No.
guys been doing?
Let's just say the locals weren't
It-
very happy.
Did I hear that? I
Yeah.
mean, like when he was saying that, did I hear it?
You did. 1
Okay.
second.
Like that wasn't me. That was Affy. Affy was drinking the piss.
The quality of that beer was all piss, if you ask me.
And I raise my glass and I go, "This is some good shit."
So we're talking about beers. Got it. For a second, I thought you were being lit. I couldn't tell if you were being literal or not.
I'm gonna whisper over to
Sorry, back.
I'm gonna whisper. It's not just figurative. The bartender was an angry old man, not very stable.
He had some good dwarven sludge there. As I'm walking back to the table, Jack wasn't too bad.
I mean, you go out into the boondocks and you're gonna get what you're gonna get.
Fair enough.
You're here.
Must
You
have
got
had
anything
some
cooking up in
different-
the kitchen deck back there? Something smells really good.
You flatter me. We do have a pig a boar, in fact, that was bought not that long ago.
Oh. Well. Well, why don't we get a serving for everyone here?
Happily. Four of you, right?
I forgot Anthony character's name. I can't see your character sheet. Levy?
Leva.
Leva.
Levo.
No,
Like lover, but not quite.
Leva, you eat pork?
Oh, I do. I eat anything.
Alright.
I'm not
Well-
that picky of an eater.
4 servings here then.
Or it is. He leaves for a bit. Oh, that'll be 8 gold, by the way. Well, yeah, 8 gold. I'll give you a little bit of a discount.
I give him over 9. Gotta tip good service.
He leaves for a bit to go prepare your dinner.
He's a good guy.
I can
Know him
tell.
pretty well.
I already like him better than Jack.
He's a patient one. Quite a few bar fights here, and he just wanted to break them up peacefully. Didn't want me to throw him out of the bar or anything.
Hmm,
May or may not have
That's
been in
fair.
one or two of those fights myself, but you know. People, and when you meet shitty people, you gotta treat them right.
Agreed.
So Leva, I take it you work at the military hospital?
Yes, I do.
Interesting. You seen many patients today? Recently?
Yes. Several patients. Several new ones came in today. Some old ones. Just basically maintaining everything.
Yeah. You got any kind of? So what do you do there exactly? You a doctor or nurse?
I'm more of a nurse. I mostly help people do the things. I just make sure they run smoothly.
Can I insight?
You can.
See, like, all right, I have advantage on these.
Oh,
Describe how you would say this. That's-
it's I do. She does do a lot of like nurse work, like cleaning, make sure everything is clean. Make everything is like in good shape. If there's an operation that needs to happen, things go. Like she's part of like people that organizes everything, gets tools ready, bed sheets, bedpans, cleaning, etc. Stuff like that. And sometimes like if there are things that need to be delivered or obtained, she goes out.
Hmm. Sounds like you know some patients there.
Several, yes.
Interesting.
Knowing that your friends came into a certain one, I'm assuming you're talking about Nora.
Yeah, she was she was a part of my close friend's squad. An adventurer assigned to her.
I see. Um,
I wanted to see her myself, but I was a bit preoccupied with other tasks. Sorry to hear what happened there.
Fortunately, yes, she did pass away due to her wounds. It was honestly a miracle that she even got to the hospital alive. There were
Yeah.
multiple stab wounds, a huge one in the chest. Her arm was missing, a lot of cold burn. It was quite this commotion when she came in.
Did you say her heart was missing?
There was a hole. There was a huge hole in where her chest is.
Hmm. Interesting. Sounds like she was dead on arrival.
She was actually breathing.
With
At
the
least
hole in her chest.
not too long ago. Like again, I said, it was a miracle she arrived alive at the hospital with wounds like that. But unfortunately, she couldn't see it all the way through, I guess.
Hmm. Wonder what could have caused something like that.
I mean, from what I hear, it was an attack. Shoot. Uh, so I guess that things like this isn't that uncommon, but like that kind of severity was a bit shocking, I'll say.
Ah, but the nature of the attack. Weren't you debriefed?
Um, would I have been debriefed on the nature of the attacks? Actually, I don't.
You would have, yes, as you would
Yes,
have gotten yourself fully involved with the
yes.
patient.
According to the people there, they said there was some kind of demon attacks or something like that. I'm not too sure of the specifics, but yeah, it's. I heard she was attacked by a demon.
Yeah. My friend's entire squad wiped out. My friend's barely alive. And
I'm sorry
her
to
last
hear
mate
that.
is her last mate passed.
I see.
Hmm.
That is. I am very sorry for your loss.
We don't have much demons around these parts though. At least I've never seen one or heard of one outside of fairy tales.
Neither
Hard to
have
believe
I.
such a thing could exist.
She takes another sip of wine to clear her throat and goes, I've never really seen anything like it, honestly. And so I've I've yet to see a demon myself, so can't seeing that and learning about her was quite surprising.
Yeah. And those burn wounds you said, huh?
Yes, multiple burn wounds. Quite everywhere around their body, actually.
Alec, I would
Yep.
know that most likely it was ice wounds that she would have like frostbite and stuff like that, right?
It was both technically.
It was both.
It was mostly frostburn.
I said cold. I believe I said cold burn.
1 second, Danielle needs something. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I'm trying to like regroup where I was.
Talking about the burns.
Right. Well, no point dilly-dallying on that now. She passed.
Was your
She-
connection with her something important to you?
I mean, as important as any military soldier that passes away. Nothing
see.
personal.
Well, even so, I'm sorry for your loss. For
I
your
was just hoping to
friends.
ascertain. I was hoping to ascertain what happened. Seems a little weird. All of it.
That is true. For as far as I know, we do have there is a demon, somewhere around. So we do need to be careful about that now.
I talked with my friend, another survivor. She said that the demon was neutralized. So I don't think that's much of a
Oh,
threat.
is that so? Okay. Well, that's good to hear. At least a lot of us can uh walk around unbothered. Not exactly, not unbothered. Sorry. The word or feeling a lot safer now, I suppose. Hmm.
There is one thing that bothers me though.
Yes.
It was mentioned to me that the demon did attack with magic, but I wasn't debriefed that there was any gash wounds.
I mean,
Were those found after she came to the hospital?
according to the notes that were found that were made when she came in, uh, it appeared to be a combination of both actually. So a lot of cut wounds and a lot of I'm assuming the magical burns. Because I don't see how you can get I don't see how you can get cold burns at that degree without magic. Which, if it was a demon, would probably make sense.
Makes sense. They do use their elements. That doesn't really answer me where did the stab wounds come from though. Most demons
That
I know, most demons that I've read about, I should say, in fairy tales, it's like, what do they try to do? They try to take you to the 7 L's or something crazy like that. I don't know.
I have heard tales of something similar, yes, but unfortunately, I can't answer that. Also, I also don't know. Oh, the only thing I can tell you is what happened, what we saw when she came in, and everything was recorded.
I look over at Vestron, by the way. Like, what's like his facial reactions?
Eswin?
He's watching.
He's like
He's
nervous,
mostly
or
I have said currently everything I have said to uh what's his name again?
Forte.
Forte is also the same thing I said to Vesserin
yeah.
and the group. So
He looks like he's already heard this and was trying to explain that it seemed like the wounds were inflicted by um Alex.
Well, Forte knows Alex doesn't use weapons, so
Gotcha.
Oh.
Though it is possible, Forte, you do know that it would be possible in a panic situation, considering what she was in, that she may.
but Forte also knows she's scrawny, so
That is true.
it's basically hmm. So tell me, friend, do you see a lot of patients who've been injured magically recently?
Magically? Well, not necessarily. A lot of it's mostly just amputee. Well, worst we get is usually amputees, and they're critically injured. Not much from magic though. It's unfortunate. She was a definitely a rare case.
Hmm. That's good to hear, at least. There've been a lot of dangerous monsters outside, elementals and the like. That's why they haven't reached the capital yet.
I mean, there are a lot of guards and a good amount of security around these places, so uh, it's it's a good thing, I suppose. If there are a lot of elementals outside,
Yeah. Doesn't stop travelers from getting harassed though.
indeed,
Yeah.
including military personnel. We do get civilians coming in sometimes.
Civilians into the military hospital.
It's sometimes the quickest place to get some treatment.
Can I insight?
You can.
As I basically raise an eyebrow. I haven't. I'll be real with you, pal. I have not known the military to be so lenient.
Well, the military might not be as lenient, but we try and care for a lot of people if we can.
Military hospital. Um, would I know who usually gets admitted to the military hospital? Like,
You would, but you'd also know that it would not, considering how the conditions have been lately, it would not be out of the question for civilians to start being admitted into the military hospital, especially considering a lot of actual military members have been sent to foreign lands.
I stroke my beard. Yeah, yeah, things are hard, rough, huh?
Quite, but we keep trying. We have to keep trying. And she finishes her glass of she downs her remaining glass of wine in one go.
Sorry, I'm a bit on edge. I'm a bit on edge, pal. There's
I
just been
understand.
people here. People aren't big fans of change, so I heard of some adventurers getting attacked behind their
Oh,
backs, and I know that my friend's squad was all full of adventurers.
I see.
I never known the military would be one to care so much for fallen foreigners if they were that close to death. So,
Well, um, would this hospital have gotten foreigners? I don't I don't
Um,
really know.
it would be very unlikely for them to get normal foreigners, but if they were part of the military, you probably would have gotten a decent number of hired adventurers trying to
I
deal with the cleanup.
I see.
like, gravely injured or just like regularly injured?
Probably more regularly injured.
Some cuts here and there. Uh, some lacerations. Uh, some burns, and well, the usual.
Oh, you seem trustworthy enough. So I guess I could let you in a little tidbit.
Oh,
I was following a lead that Nora did some unscrupulous acts under her service to my friend. Acts that she was not clearly aware of. And I was trying to build a case.
uh, upon hearing that, Nora immediately like not immediately. Sorry. The she not widened her eyes, but she like squints and goes, "Can you tell me more detail?" Like she's trying to, she's curious about this.
Abuses of power,
Uh,
harassment. I've heard I've heard a I've heard word that she may have taken advantage of some innocents behind the back of her superior officer.
I
Naturally, I
see.
wanted to address this because the military does not condone these acts.
But dead men tell no tales. Yes.
Indeed.
Well, if
But
your
it also
allegations are
means
true, then I suppose it's a good thing that I guess it's better that she is dead too, so that she can't continue these acts anymore. And she Leva looks up and upon hearing this smiles for a bit.
do I see that?
What's
Like
your passive perception?
15.
she's like relaxed.
Mm, make a stealth check. Oh, are you trying to hide this?
No, I'm not trying to hide. I'm not trying to hide it, but I just can't help it doing it.
I would say you notice the smirk. Then yes.
Relieved that a sociopath is gone from this world?
Leva stays silent for several seconds, and she says, "My relationship with her was something we weren't exactly on great terms, I would say.
Interesting. So you
I
previously
do
met
have
this person.
I I if you can keep a secret, I did have a previous encounter with this person.
She as was described in my. Was she as I described?
She lets out a long sigh and says, "Well, I did lose someone I cared about because of her."
No, it makes sense. I say that
Don't
out loud.
don't get me wrong. She did still I didn't do anything I to her. Just all the wounds that I told you about were there.
Insight to the not doing anything wrong to her.
You can certainly do that.
It's a 23. I have advantage on these.
She's not telling the full truth.
Leaving a wound untreated is its own revelation.
No, wounds were treated. Wounds were definitely treated. But again, it was a miracle that she came in alive.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me, pal.
I
At this
appreciate that.
point, you see a couple of waitresses coming with your boar, your order of boar.
Huh.
Ah,
Do I know the
oh,
name of
that
the
sounds
waitress?
delightful.
This one you don't actually.
Oh, you're new here. What's your name?
This is actually a half elf, and she just looks at you and goes, Juliet.
Forte. Pleased to meet you, Juliet. I come here pretty often, so hope to see more of you later.
She gives you a small smile. Same here.
Nice, nice girl. I'm happy there's more. I'm happy that more people are that more different races are getting involved here. It's good to see.
Aye, it
Huh?
certainly is.
Hmm. I'm a bit taken back. Actually, not
Really?
many people are open-minded about other races in these parts,
Hmm.
especially for people in the military, at least.
I've done my fair bit of traveling. We
Fair
all
enough.
bleed. We all drink. As I lift up my glass and take a sip.
I lift one up with him and I take my swig as well.
I refill my glass with the wine, and I do the same. I can agree with that, I suppose. And I take a swig. I feel
We
like
all
you
have.
and I feel like we can get along pretty well. You seem like a fun group. What do you normally do?
Well, usually we just do some bookkeeping, you can call it.
Bookkeeping. Interesting.
Curious to see if Vestern or Galthic understood the reference.
I mean, well, you say bookkeeping, but the other people that were here earlier, well, I saw earlier, don't really seem to be the book type. Especially the
Uh,
one that jumps out the
The one that jumps off the roof. To be honest with you, I don't even know if he can read, pal. He
I
is a
see.
weird one.
My
But
intuition was probably right.
but I have my friend here, Holy Father Galthic, and you've met my other pal Vestern.
Yes,
They're
of
the
course.
scholarly types.
Hey, are you now? Okay.
Me, I'm just here to provide them with books
I see.
and
So you're the
resources.
muscles of the group, eh?
Hmm.
Can't deny your muscles are literally trying to jump out of your own shirt.
Yeah, I'd like
Like
to
in the
say I have my fair share too. Thank you very much.
of course.
As I kind of
I'm
adjust
not.
myself and set up a little proper.
Of course. I'm not trying to leave you out. I'm. Uh, your armor already terrifies me a bit.
And you don't look
But
too scrawny yourself, pal.
I come from a line of Goliaths. It's just genetics, really.
Oh, from the mountains up north?
Um, yeah, you could say that. It's a bit further away, but yeah.
Interesting. Well, as I like crack my neck. In the military, we have uh we have ways of getting to know each other. As I put
Oh,
my arm on the table. Let's see what you got, pal.
which arm do you send out?
I'll let you pick. I guess my right arm.
Uh, okay. I should warn you. I am not that big on. I'm not really that strong. and I would prefer to use my left arm. My right arm isn't exactly in the best shape, unfortunately. An accident when I was little.
It's okay by me.
Okay.
Left arm's as good as the right.
No, thinking this is gonna be a really bad idea, kind of a bad idea. She reaches out her left arm and goes for it.
I need you both to make strength checks.
Non-athletics?
I'm gonna say this is straight strength.
Non-athletics?
I'm gonna say this is straight strength.
Now let me use my expertise.
With
wanna give- I wanna-
disadvantage for pissing off the GM. No.
Yeah. No, he's right.
14 or 18?
14 to 18, yeah.
Yeah. You immediately start pushing her arm down. It goes about halfway. As you continue, I need you both to make another strength check.
Oh dear.
As she suddenly gets a burst of energy, you not being as used to using this arm, she pushes you back to about the center, maybe about a quarter of the way.
Got some fight in you.
Thanks.
She is certainly struggling, though.
Oh. I rolled
Yep, Forte, roll a strength check. As suddenly, Levy, you feel the Huntfinger blood pump through your veins. And you feel this burst of strength as you suddenly slam his hand down onto the table, enough to actually leave a small dent.
I knew I liked you, pal.
Wow. I didn't expect that.
I went easy on you.
I
You seemed scared,
Yeah.
and I wanted to give you a little bit of a confidence boost.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. It was fun.
I know you Goliaths are a proud race. Or a proud bunch.
Uh, it I understand my own deficiencies. It's okay.
So what happened with your other arm?
Oh, well, I tug to show a bit of my right shoulder, and I reveal a puncture scar that pretty wide, about 3 centimeters in radius, and it's like in below my shoulder and into like my I don't know what this place is called, like just basically below the shoulder. She has a puncture wound, a scar from a puncture that has healed, but she can't like utilize it fully, fortunately. Yeah, this scar it is the reason why I can't really do anything much with my right arm. I can do basic tasks like writing, holding things, but anything too burdensome is not exactly the best to use.
Makes sense. But we got our food, by the way, and drinks, right?
Yep.
Yep. Well, no point in letting this good stuff go cold. Let's dig in.
As I eat, I ask her, so, you been in the capital for long? You been working in the hospital for long?
For several years now, actually. I came here from the I came here from what was it?
The mountains to the west.
Yeah, and yeah, I got a job here the the hospital.
You said a few months ago?
A few years ago.
A few years ago. And you like working at the hospital?
It's nice. It remind it it reminds me of a lot of things.
Forgive me for generalizing, pal. But I heard that Goliaths are like to get around. Travel.
Hmm. Most of them do, yes, I suppose. What-
And
I well, because of this wound, I wasn't exact. I was I'm more of a castaway of the group, if you will.
that doesn't exactly explain to me what happened to your clan.
Well,
I look over at Galthuk and Vesrin. The Obstagrad Empire, we revere Goliaths as being very close to giants. So naturally, our our country and the Northern Clan had good relations. But I've
I
never heard of. But from all my years here, I've only ever seen Goliaths come with other clan members.
hmm,
hmm.
my clan isn't exactly from the north in the northern mountains of the Obstagrad Empire. It's actually from the Abyssal Mountains.
But those are across the seas?
Yep.
Yes.
Across the seas. Ah, I just pegged all wrong.
Well, again, I was a castaway from my clan, so after I got this wound, I wasn't able to provide for my clan, and so I had it was uh, a solo adventure for me at that point. I suppose I managed to find some sympathetic people and traveled places, some by sea, some by other means, and I ended up in in a small town. You probably I don't know if you heard of it, but it was a small town called Melir, which is now part of the occupied lands.
Hmm. Can't say I've heard of the place.
It was a quiet place. Uh, a lot of a lot of fishing, uh, a lot of beaches. It was a nice place. But after that, I came to the hospital, and that's how I started working as a nurse.
Oh, well, I can see that you're capable. And there's something about you that I like.
Thank you.
So, if you're curious about a little bit of a career change, I could uh I could offer you a spot when we go bookkeeping.
Oh, that's so. Um,
Look over at Western, by the way, subtly.
I also look over at the other two people.
Does Western have any reaction?
Best one. Kiri. I guess not, considering he's deafened, apparently.
I don't think he's
Hello.
deafened.
No,
Anyways.
I wasn't. Sorry. Dogs had to take care of it real quick.
Ah.
Understandable.
Yes. What did I miss?
Would you like to describe it for him?
Basically, I'm giving a job offer to the new friend, and I'm asking to see what your reaction is to it.
When you're asking what? You cut out a little.
What your reaction is to it?
Your facial expressions and things like that.
Oh, I seem to be on board with it. I like the energy this person gives off.
All right. Well,
I suppose I would have to give him my letter of resignation to the hospital. But what does your before I do that, what does your bookkeeping entail really?
we travel across the lands. Do a little bit of do a little bit of investigative work here and there. Do a little bit of enforcing the justice.
I see. Um, she looks over to her hold on, wait, give me a second.
Mostly, we do what the Empress asks us to do.
Oh, really? You take
Yeah.
orders directly from the Empress?
Well, almost.
The Empress's will
That's, I mean,
is my
that
will.
is almost definitely. Uh, I mean, if yeah, if you would accept me, I would definitely be happy to join. That sounds amazing, actually.
It was the
And
opportunity that drew me in.
well, I suppose I would be chasing after a dream as well.
I hope you don't leave
I
after
will-
the dream like the last one did. As I'm finishing my 4th drink right now by now.
I feel targeted.
You are. I'm not even going to make you roll at this point, Galthok. You are getting decently buzzed here.
Oh,
This
I have
entire
no
time, Gal's like
idea.
just been down in beer after beer after beer.
Which, by the way, I'd also like you to remove 2 gold from your inventory.
Can do. Can do.
I look over at Galtic and I go, "Wow, your friend drinks a lot."
Ah, this ain't nothing. Can I get another?
Want
Is it-
more?
The waitress looks at you and then looks at the the bar owner, who just nods.
The veteran seeing this is going to raise his hand. Make it 2.
Hell yeah.
They're going to take
How is
silver
Vestron
from
doing?
each of you as they bring you a entire glass of wine. Like instead of like a normal wine glass, a mug of wine essentially.
All right.
Thanks, Tackham. Thank you.
I feel like there's something very inappropriate about the scene, but I just can't seem to place what it is here.
The only thing that's inappropriate is that you ain't drinking, pal. 2 more.
Uh,
I'm gonna
I
down the one.
I like taking my time with alcohol. Thank you.
2 more, attack him.
More is
dear.
brought to your table. I'll just add it to your tab, Forte.
Thanks, Val.
Well,
Hey, Attack him, why don't you join us?
I'm still working. Can't exactly have fun. You know, got to get the job done.
I can't get even one.
If I took a beer for every customer that offered, I'd never get anything done.
Well,
Though I
I think
appreciate
that's
the offer.
A man with conviction. That's also something that I don't see every day. That's impressive.
You need it in the Empire. Conviction's basically part of our, well, creed.
True, but you don't see a lot of other people practice it that often.
Amen to that.
Veteran's going to look over and go, "Hey, Dacum, do you brew?"
I do some brewing here and there. Why?
Well, I was wondering where you sourced your products from. I've been meaning to visit some sort of agricultural area here. I have certain abilities that could help uh, farms in their production.
Well, I mean, we have farms out just right outside the capital. Not the nicest places, but they exist.
Hmm. Maybe that's a location I'll have to look into. Thank you.
No problem. I gotta get back to work. I got other customers to serve.
Of course, of course.
And he's going to walk off
Good man.
as the rest of you continue to drink your asses off.
Yep. I'm just gonna
Of
down this
course.
entire thing. I'm gonna look Galthic dead in the eye while I'm chugging these things.
Um, at this point, you actually hear Talcum, one of the waitresses, kind of talking to what looks to be a child. I'm sorry, miss, but I don't think I can give you alcohol in good consciousness.
Hey, no, I'm a legal adult.
As you all turn to see if you would like to describe your character.
Looks like a kindergartner with a giant fucking axe. Hammer. Hammer. It's a hammer. Looks like a kindergartner is not a kindergartner.
I would need proof of that beyond the axe.
Hey, Galthic, she got a hammer.
It is a
Is that
hammer.
a
I goop.
is that a hammer or is it an axe?
It's a hammer.
It's a hammer. I fucked up.
An axe
Leva
hammer?
stands up.
No, it's just a hammer. Like the
Oh.
smishing kind.
1 second.
Leva stands up and walks over to this mysterious creature, and she thinks of a certain someone that she knows, but just a very miniature version of of him, and goes,
Sorry, pup misbehavior.
It'd be like that.
Do you have anything that could prove to me that you're as an adult, as you said?
Look me in my eyes. Do I not look like a legal adult? Which, oh, by the way, if the high pitched voice gets annoying, please let me know sooner rather than later because she's little and has a squeaky voice.
The waitress pauses and just looks down at you. Um,
a baby Darvich.
does your character say that?
She murders that.
What's
She
that?
mutters that.
Do I hear? Does Nia hear that?
She murders
Bill?
that.
I have stood up and walked over to you, and I muttered that.
Who's that?
I pick you up.
I make a noise akin to a squeaky toy.
You can try to resist.
You can?
Athletic. It's he has to roll athletics versus your athletics to pick you up.
Oh wait.
Edit directly.
Oh. Give me
It
one
is,
moment.
picking you up is technically a contest
It is a contest, yeah.
Oh.
if you refuse.
Do you refuse?
Athletics. I make a noise akin to a squeaky toy and then struggle. Oh my God. What is
As
that?
she wiggles her legs, she just happens to squeeze out and fall, plopping to the floor.
What gives, lady?
I like you.
And I just like shake my finger at her. I'm like, don't you know it's rude to pick up random people? Do you pick everyone up that you meet? Goodness. People here are so
A lot of
mean.
times, yes, I do.
Hmm.
In my line of work, I kind of have to.
And it's kind of like ponders for a moment. I'm just like,
In fairness, the first time we met, she picked me up as well.
and I kind of look over at the table, and Nia's first impression of the rest of this party, like, what does she see?
A bunch of drunkards.
Can you like can you describe it a little bit better than
She
drunk
sees
people?
a table containing a dwarf with
Mhm.
a long white beard, now stained slightly purple due to the amount of wine spilling down his beard, in full armor with what looks to be a holy symbol around his neck.
Mhm.
A half elf that looks almost hippie-ish with burning red hair, who seems to be subconsciously stroking at the air on his lap without actually having anything there. And Forte, if you'd like to describe yourself as you stare as the large, muscular man in a button-down shirt that's about to pop and launch the button Mach 10 seems to be glancing at you.
I'm looking at her and looking at Galfuck. And looking back at her and then looking back at Galfuck.
Make a perception check. Or insight, I guess.
I have advantage on these. It's an 8!
Oh, that's shit.
You are pretty fucking sure it's a child. A very angry child with a very large hammer. You could also insight Leva.
Galtuck.
Hi.
He doesn't have a beard.
You're not sure if he's kidding or not.
Did I pick you up?
Vesserin, who is a little
Hey,
tipsy at
she
this
doesn't.
point, kind of slowly looks over and then goes, "Oh." He then wild shapes into a cat and hops on the table. Meow.
Oh my god, you were the cat.
And at this point, I kind of notice a cat, and my eyes just get all big. I'm just like, must pet kitty, and I run over and start patting the kitty.
Vesserin will hop on your head.
I'd like to try to hold her from, like, grabbing the cat. Maybe, like,
Make a grappling attack.
as athletics. Let's go.
Oh no.
What is your AC?
13.
Neas, as you rush towards Vesrin. Actually, wait, Vesrin, you are unable to become a cat.
Because he's
Oh, I
13?
haven't rest.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you haven't
Oh,
rested. You do not
man.
have a
Okay,
wild shape.
So
Dude,
that
I
wouldn't
didn't.
have worked.
Well, actually, I would have had a short rest. Because how long would it have taken to?
Right, you would have. Yeah, you would have had a short rest. So yeah.
I would have
So
to.
Okay.
as you rush towards the cat lever, suddenly you're grabbed by the cuff of your collar and slowly lifted by the large man, whose button is still ready to pop,
Hmm.
and he just kind of looks at you.
Oh, you're large.
By the
Are
way,
you a
young,
You're
giant?
small, and you're small.
Yes, I am small. Thank you for noticing.
what is your name, child?
I'm not a fucking child.
Now hold on. This might be a dwarf.
I'm not a fucking dwarf either.
You're pretty sure it's a dwarf.
I'm
What's your
not.
beard?
I don't know, bitch. Where's yours?
I stroke it. As in my other hands, I'm holding you up, lifting you up with one.
It's a shit beard. My grandma could grow a better one, and she's dead.
Yeah, that's a dwarf.
I'm not a dwarf.
She sounds like a dwarf.
Hey, barkeep. Misunderstanding. This ain't a kid.
Huh? You sure they did try and chase after a cat?
No, it's a dwarf.
I'm not a
Vesserin gives a
dwarf.
cute meow.
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I thought dwarves usually have beards, but
I'm not a dwarf. I'm a halfling. Get it right, bitch.
well, if you're
You're
going to be
half-
rude, you're certainly not going to be served in my establishment.
Oh,
Angry
come
little
on.
fella, ain't she?
Halfling grandmothers have beards?
Come on, Barkeep.
I
Don't be
just give-
too rude to
I just
Nah,
give
you're
him
a
this like
dwarf.
on that
flat
child.
look.
Now you're a dwarf, pal.
I'm
Stop.
not a dwarf. I am a halfling.
If she apologizes to my waitress for scaring her, and you see the girl just kind of shaking in her place, terrified of this small angry child.
All right.
I'm
Come
sorry
on now.
I yelled in front of you. Can I please get beer?
She glances at Forte.
I'm still like dwarf? You know what, pal? I know how to tell whether or not you're a dwarf or not. Let's see how well you hold your beer.
Okay. Can you put me down, please?
I put you down.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
They will bring some more beer to you.
Okay. Thank you, I say as they plop the beer down.
She just kind of nods again, very concerned.
Not really paying attention too much. I kind of look up from my glass, looking for another glass nearby. I look and I finally look and I'm like, who let the kids sit here?
Vestern is going to walk over. Keep in mind, he's intoxicated and a cat. He's going to stumble over as a cat and like nuzzle the glass, looking at Galthuk, and meows.
Like, Besser, be careful, man. You might catch the bar on fire. Holy shit. I'm feeling good.
He's a normal cat right now. He's
This
not
is
a
normal
fire
cat.
cat.
Oh, just a normal cat, not the fire
But I
cat?
am,
All right.
but I
It's
am a
him
red
as a cat.
I'm still red, so like your guess might think I'm
I may think that he is on fire. He is still a red cat. So
You may, in fact, think he is on fire.
Is
Uh,
Veshon
upon-
within grabbing distance of my tiny, tiny arms?
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
And upon
grabbed the
hearing
cat.
that comment, sorry. Sorry. Upon hearing that comment that Galthuk just made, I turn over to Four and I go, "Is he being serious?"
Oh, the fire cat? Not at the
Yeah.
moment, but Ember, really nice girl. As I'm eating the pork.
you hear a very loud and happy meow from Vestern.
Yeah. And I kind of just like reach over and like hug the kitty.
Have
Do you
this
allow yourself to
incident
be hugged?
ever happened
Yes.
before?
Fire cat lighting things on fire?
Well, and lighting establishments, I suppose, on fire.
Not exactly establishments, but a campfire, yeah.
Okay, as long as it's limited to some outdoor stuff, I suppose that'll be fine. Just a bit.
Vestern at this point, it, I'm gonna roll a d20. Alright, no, fuck. I'm just gonna
That's
do a wisdom.
never a good sign.
I'm gonna do a wisdom.
I feel like your party needs to be is lacking a bit of
Okay,
Right.
Vestern is going to attempt to break free from this
child.
child halfling.
And I just kind of squish him harder.
Uh,
No!
Athletics.
yeah, that's an athletics contest.
Okay.
Oh.
Seeing that there's going to be any resistance, he gives an angry meow of an warning. Like put me down. Does that change anything?
No.
Are
I
no?
hug him closer. I'm just like,
All right.
oh,
At
you're
this
so
point,
cute when
Vestern's
you're
going to say fuck
scared.
it, and he is going to transform back into his full form. He's just going to let it go.
So as he does that, I need you to make a dex check.
Me?
Yep.
Well,
Well, I'm very strong.
Actually,
very strong.
wouldn't
I
it
am
be
very
a
strong.
strength check to see how well she
you know what?
holds
Yeah.
him?
Try. I would like you to see how well you're able to hold him up.
Will that be a check or a save, though?
I would say a save in this
Practice
situation.
my strength check.
Cause if
Thanks,
she's
Dave.
squeezing
Oh.
him and he turns
Yes.
back into a person,
Ah.
what are the chances of him getting choked out?
That sounds like a him problem.
This is suddenly the cat in front of you bursts into being a person.
Oh. Do I drop him?
I would say you do, yes.
Not like I go very
I make a
far.
very surprised noise, and it's kind of like drop the person.
Thank you. I'm gonna scuff myself off.
And it's kind of just like, oh, you aren't cute cat anymore. I'm not interested.
All right then. But he's gonna put his finger up. I don't think that Cinder can light things on fire unless I tell them to. And her name is Cinder. Oh,
My
That
apologies.
was Ember.
I
Cinder.
suppose, Ember. Yeah.
But
It's the-
anyway, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Anyway, child, what is your name? We still haven't heard it yet.
First of all, I'm still not a child. And second of all, my name is Konstantinia Kartosh, but you can call me Nia.
Should you roll persuasion?
That
Roll
is
persuasion.
a big mouthful.
She is most likely a child.
What's her size in relation to Galthuk?
She doesn't even reach your knee.
Galthuk's knee or my knee?
Yes.
Oh, your knee. To Galfuck, she goes. Galfuck, how tall are you again?
I did not put it on my character sheet. I put it on my bio, didn't I? Apparently, I didn't. I would say I'm about 4'6", maybe
Oh,
4'8".
I'm like a foot and a half shorter than him.
He's
Tall.
basically about halfway to 3/4 his height.
Have I seen any female dwarves?
You have not seen any female dwarves, though you have heard that they always have beards, or almost always have beards, at least.
Well, her grandma had a beard. Apparently, it was very nice.
That was an insult.
That's what you said.
Does he say that out loud?
No, I'm just like thinking, are you a dwarf or a child?
I am neither a dwarf nor a child. I'm a halfling. Get it right.
So, Nia, if first of all, I call almost everyone a child here, so don't. It's not just you. Don't try to take it personal. Second, I still want to call you child. Can I still call you child?
Maybe.
I can't help it.
Maybe tall lady.
Sus. She does a small fist pump to her side, and sips more wine while staring at this little mysterious creature that's for some reason can hold a giant two-handed warhammer.
Yeah.
He's definitely baby Darvich.
What's a Darovich?
Goliath folklore. It's some you wouldn't understand it. You would need to be a Goliath to understand it. A lot of runes and some weird things here and there.
I show some of the runes I have on me. I'm listening.
Can I insight that? It's pretty obvious, but like just as I want to see if I can get anything else.
You certainly can
where are the
insight that
runes placed also? But
all over his arm. Oh, actually, you're not wearing your armor. You don't have any runes currently.
That's not true. I have the Eldritch Maul.
Okay, you have one rune.
I'm a bit of a specialist.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't mean runes as in like inscribed runes. I mean giant runics as language.
I speak to him in Giant and tell him I can speak fluent Giant.
She goes, oh. I'm sorry, what are you?
A bookkeeper.
No, I mean like race wise. Like
Me? Just a typical human.
yet you know giant.
To be fair, you would know from your time here that a lot of
Oh, well,
Obstagrad very much likes giants. They tend to
well,
worship them.
well
Also, it's more so for my family specializing it, but you don't know that yet.
I that is first of all very impressive. And
My
honestly,
family,
quite surprising.
we specialize. My family, we specialize as a line of fighters. We practice the rune knight art.
Intriguing.
It's how I know so much about Goliaths and their culture. Spent quite a bit of time.
I see. That's quite amazing actually.
Back on topic, what is a Darovich?
Uh
So sorry, Aunt.
Would you like to describe what a Darovich is, Anthony?
a man of legend, I would say. He's
Oh, can we just say that we're speaking in Giant right now?
Sure.
yeah.
What's the
In
rest of the
giant.
party here?
Uh, if you really wanted me to like create some giant speak.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, go for it.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, F. Ek Davich is through the Wolfen de Gan
Free,
Aved ibid us undorfor
free Kremo Darovich Czar Twofoldo.
Okay. And
Now, for
keeping
anyone that doesn't speak giant, what they said was absolute gibberish.
yeah. And also keeping in mind that common is not my character's first language, she just looks very lost.
That's awesome.
Tale of Darovich sounds like a wonderful thing. Please tell me more sometime. Well,
when the time comes, I shall. Not don't worry.
handshake
Sure.
the giant way. We say Ra'u, which is just hoorah.
Shocked you didn't just go with pig Latin. By the way, have you been drinking this entire time, Nia?
Yes.
All right, I need you to make a Constitution saving. In fact, I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You have advantage.
Doop. Dap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're drinking and you're handling it pretty well.
What does it taste like for me?
Like alcohol.
Okay.
It tastes
What
like
type of
beer.
question? Yeah, what type of question is that?
Well, that settles that. That ain't good.
This alcohol tastes like alcohol.
Ain't
Are
the
you sure about
sharpest-
that?
Ain't the sharpest tool. Which makes sense. That's a big hammer. You gotta be pretty strong to use a hammer like that, pal.
Yeah. I'm strunk.
Yeah.
What are you doing around these parts anyway? What do you do for a living?
Me? Oh,
Well,
I'm a
yeah.
bounty hunter by trade.
I'm sorry. You're
Make
a
a
bounty
persuasion
hunter.
check. Make a persuasion check right now.
I'm also not bullshitting everyone. That is literally my character's job.
That's why I said persuasion. None of you believe this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is she telling the truth?
I am.
She is,
I
but not
believe it.
very convincingly.
I believe
Honey,
You hear my
Honey,
snicker, and then
child.
like drink comes out of my mouth a little bit.
I kneel down so that I'm like not fully towering over her, but still like so that she doesn't have to like strain her neck all the way up. I get onto my knees and like look at her directly in the eye. I go, honey, no, you can't be doing that. You're still a child. I'm sorry. No, you're right. I'm sorry. You're a halfling. I'm sorry. But you're so tiny.
Yeah. No one expects the tiny ones.
you cut out a little bit.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
I was basically like, no one expects the tiny ones in like my happy, chirpy little
If-
baby voice.
Veteran's going to put his finger up. If anything, the fact that you're so against it proves how beneficial one could be. One's small size could be in a situation like this. For instance, if you were her target and you refused to fight because of her small size, she would get the first hit, and that might decide the fight.
I mean,
Exactly.
that's fair, I suppose. I mean, I probably definitely would not expect her to be an enemy of my own, I suppose. But
I'm a bounty hunter by trade, but I am hunting someone down in Obstagrad.
And out of the group, who kind of looks like the most like they would know of the nobility?
Definitely the person in the button-down shirt.
That's a
That
pop.
actually, as you look at him, it actually goes flying. And 1, 2. Let me just roll a d4. Levy, make a dex save.
Oh, oh dear.
You.
oh my god, right?
Oh dear.
As you all hear, Levy ducks as a button goes flying off, hitting a glass in another table and shattering it.
I'm going to look at Forte and go, "You didn't even flex there, did you?"
I didn't, but oh, do I feel better? As I just do a big old flex.
You
Does that
both
feel
wonder
great?
and disgust me.
As I sparkle.
He does.
Yeah.
All the other buttons on his shirt pop open.
How many dex saves is that?
None. They didn't pop. They didn't go flying, but
That was just amazed at the glass that shattered. It's just like
Nia just
looking
kind of
back
like
and forth.
Nia just kind of like ignores the silly man, just kind of like turns to him and she's like,
Sir, by any chance, have you seen a lady in a violet cloak anywhere?
Oh, cloak.
Mhm.
What I have?
Looks like she has a lot of money. I'm
there
looking
are
for her.
quite a few people in violet cloaks that you've met throughout your time. That's not very descriptive.
Yeah, there's quite a few cloaks. There's quite a few people in cloaks I've met. Pal? You got a name or anything?
You have any idea how little that narrows
I don't know her name, but I've been looking for her for a while. She was a traveler. She she definitely had a lot of money because I know purple's very expensive, and you wouldn't travel in purple clothing unless you have a lot of money for it.
I should mention that like my cuffs would be purple, actually.
Mhm.
Because that
and
is
I just kind
nobility
of like
colors.
look down at it and just like squint my eyes and just like,
The Noble Traveler House.
I think yes.
Would I know of any noble houses?
I mean, you know of a lot of potential noble houses as
That
to.
deal with traveling?
That specifically, no.
Hmm. Maybe it's a merchant from some other kingdom or some other settlement. Don't know of any. Sorry, pal.
So you said you're a bounty
Hmm.
hunter, yes?
Mhm.
What has this person done so that that they have received this bounty?
Hmm.
Well, technically they don't have a bounty on them.
I'm still looking for them.
Oh,
For what reason?
Let's just say several years ago, some choices she has made in my home village has led to many people starving to death. And I would like to find her to get her to atone for her crimes.
Interesting.
You're pretty sure that. Hey, make insight checks.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Can I don't want to insight everything here, but that's a pretty insight would be well.
Yeah, that seems perfectly believable.
Me or two?
Oh no. Levy, why are you making an insight check? Everyone else is making an insight check about you. Forte, you are, and Vesvin, you both are almost certain that she wants to unalive this person.
Oh. Well, before even if I did know anything, just I would have to assess your motives before I shared any sort of information. He says very sternly.
My motive?
Indeed.
Why?
You have the look of someone who wants to kill in your eyes. I can see it.
Yes. Oh, can you please show my character's portrait so everyone can see the look of murder in my eyes? Just show to everyone.
Wrong button.
Yeah.
The door open.
It can't get that bigger.
I can see it. I can look.
The
Look
look
how
of
faded
murder.
it is. Look how faded it is behind those eyes. There's nothing going on. It's just murder.
Just pure murder within her eyes.
Yes.
unadulterated rage.
I look at Nia and I just say, punch me.
Hmm?
Punch me. Try to punch me as hard as you can.
But punch you?
Yeah.
Um,
Don't worry.
Just-
We have two people
okay,
who know healing
I
magics here.
guess.
And
Oh, you know, healing magic. I was worried I would have to
wait, should I rage first or
take
is that a
someone else
horrible
to the
idea?
hospital as well.
That
Oh,
is
Why would you
entirely
rage?
up to you.
I don't know. That sounds like a horrible
You could
idea.
do it recklessly.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I would like to reckless attack and then just like punch Forte like directly in the gut.
Okay. Roll your attack.
God, how would that work?
You roll strength.
Strength.
Yeah.
Fuck.
19.
What's your your armor class is definitely not 19 right now.
It is definitely not.
Is it
Uh,
higher or lower?
roll me. Well, that would be 1 plus her strength modifier, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
What's your strength modifier? 5.
I,
So you punch him directly in his open gut, dealing 6 bludgeoning damage.
oh, that's a
It's
solid
definitely
hit.
that's definitely a warrior. Ugh. As I smile. Whatchamacallit? I would like to punch back, but only once.
Okay. Go for it.
It is with advantage, because it's reckless.
What's your AC?
Mine?
Yes.
Uh, it's 13.
Meets it, beats it.
No, I had a 14.
Oh, yeah, 14. Well, yeah. As he punches you directly back in the gut, and you take 9 bludgeoning damage, feeling like you're gonna vomit somewhat.
Do I get knocked over because I'm little?
Yes.
And it's kind of like flop or like with like an eh noise.
I would like to pick. I would like to help her up. She's telling the truth. Ugh.
I look over at Forte and go, "You don't hold back against children, don't you?"
That ain't no kid. That ain't no kid, pal.
I know. I'm just playing.
That is someone who could swing around a big hammer. Whew. Nice hook.
Thanks.
He squeaks.
So why are you looking for this person, huh?
I already told you why I'm looking for her.
Goodness, you don't pay much attention, do you?
In my defense, pal, I was trying to figure out whether or not you were a dwarf.
I already told you I wasn't a dwarf.
You're still pretty sure that he's a dwarf, that she's a dwarf.
I had never seen a halfling before, so I have nothing to go by.
Yep. You are, in fact, 90% certain that this is a dwarf.
Especially, mostly because of the grandmother's beard comment.
Hmm.
Even though that was genuinely my character being sarcastic.
I didn't see it as sarcastic. I rolled an 8.
Okay, so it's not my fault Forte's a dumbass.
Oh,
It's
it's
not my
totally
fault
your
he has
fault that
the
Forte's
info.
a dumbass.
Oh, but that's a mean hook there, pal.
Thank you. I had to be very strong to hold up this here hammer, and I just kind of like pat it.
Well, that's great and all. However, I probably should get going. If I do want to do join you guys, I would have to let let my superior officers know about this new change of occupation. So I probably would have to do that right away. I will.
I would like
get
to
that.
ask the barkeep for a paper and pen.
Okay. He brings you one over pretty quick.
As I quickly scribble a referendum and sign and give it a signature to give.
Would I
to
recognize
Leva.
this signature because I
Um,
worked in the hospital for several years? Would I understand it, or
I think you
like
would,
when
yeah.
I? Oh,
You would see the sign that it is a noble house.
you weren't kidding when. Oh my God, you. Oh, I see now. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, thank you very much. I will make my way now. Thank you. I will see you all tomorrow, I suppose. Thank you. It was a great time.
Let
Pleasure
us
meeting all of you.
meet. Let us meet you. Would he have to like go to the DMV to get
Uh,
a badge?
they would already have a badge if they were working as a hospital. They'd just be known as a medic.
Okay. Well,
A medic could be
Um,
used on the team. Like that wouldn't be hard to transfer, I wouldn't think.
I say let's meet up here for breakfast,
Will do. That can work.
or maybe for lunch. Let's do lunch. For I gotta sleep in, pal.
What is Nia's
Fair
opinion
enough.
of all this? Because she has like no context. She literally just like wanted to get drunk, got yelled at because she's small, and then punched a giant guy in the gut.
I mean, you guys can still party if you want.
You have been very entertained by this situation.
I am curious by this legend of Darovich and why you called Nia a Darovich.
Oh, can we take her with us? Actually, please.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm
Wait, what?
curious.
I
I'm
like her.
curious.
I like this one.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
It's kind of like very confused. Just like, wait, what? What's going?
Level does another fist
Oh,
pump to the
oh, you
side
want
and goes,
bounty
"Yeah."
hunting? Oh, okay, sure. I can talk work. I can talk work. Who do you want me to murder?
That's the spirit.
I just say giant. I'm just saying giant. I am looking forward to fighting a Darovich.
I've never
I've never heard that name before.
Darovich Grotto Un.
I'm
You
not
heard
very
him.
good at it.
Starovich Quattro Un.
Look, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. She genuinely doesn't.
And
It-
so, are the rest of you leaving as well, or
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll be leaving with the group.
Yeah,
Going
we're all
back to
leaving.
Yeah.
Manor.
I tell the little Nia to meet us back here for lunch.
Yeah.
Mm, oh, okay, I guess.
and with that, as you all proceed to go upon your ways, we will end tonight's session with JJ being unable to have done anything for JJ.
Thank you
Sorry.
for listening in.
Yes.
I
Make
hope
sure
you
to like and
enjoyed the
subscribe.
podcast.
Make sure to like and subscribe. I can talk.
Words are hard. I know.
Yep.
They're hard for me
And
too.
They are
with
hard.
that, the party has lost a member but gained 2 more.
I may go
Uh,
find Affy, but
Also,
I don't know.
Galfuck may or may not be just piss ass drunk right now.
Oh, I'm fucking pissed ass
I
drunk.
think
Just
most of us are.
I'm just saying, YouTube out there in YouTube land. Yeah, I'm fucking drunk. I'm 100% Galtug drunk right now.
Hell yeah.
100% bona fide gal.
100% bona fide gal dog did it.
What you don't know is I was drunk in the Ed's house the entire time.
Basically,
Oh,
he was babysitting.
All right,
That
let's go
would
ahead and do
be-
the stream ending. I just want to say thank you to everybody that helped support the channel. Definitely hit that like, hit that follow. But also, thank you so much for our biggest D&D supporter on Saturday nights, Rob401Z. Patreon supporters Louis B, Overwatch, Scrub Club, Faithful Sunni, and Ted. Without you, it'd never be happening. And I appreciate your backing on this. Definitely helpful. Helps me get more stuff for the team. Helps me get more stuff for the stream. Everything goes golden at that point. And then also, throughout my week, I must play terribly. Just so that Bizarre Andrew, Faithful Kasuni, Seriously Not a Robot, Papa SMX, Sky Strider Tag, and Mike W get those Lurk Loot points and destroy me, the Mischief Maker, in 7 Days to Die. Thank you so much for everybody coming out, hanging out. I hope to see you soon. Bye.